Hey everyone, Selena here, American Crochet Association group. Thank you guys so much for joining. It is Monday, and I like to mingle with you guys on Monday to let you know what's new, hip, and happening in the world of the American Crochet Association so that you don't miss a thing. To everyone who's watching here live or on the replay, keep those comments coming because I'm going to randomly choose a few of you this time next week to win all 3 of the featured crochet patterns that I'm going to be talking about today. So again, whether you're here live or on the replay, you've got an equal opportunity to win, and I'm just going to randomly select you guys this time next week. Give me just 1 minute. On these lives, sometimes crazy things happen, and right now the crazy thing that's happening is I don't see the comments. So here we go. All right, I see you guys there. I see you, Harley. Thank you so much for leaving a comment. I just had to make sure all my technology worked. All right, before we get started this week, I do want to give a shout out to our winners. I just picked them a few minutes ago before I went live. So these are our winners from last week. I replied to the replay comments, but for some reason I can't reply to live comments. Anyway, come on, YouTube. We need to get that together. We need to be up with the technology times. So I did reply to them, but make sure you go back and double check. Their names are Angela Pa, Briana Luett, Colleen Pacocha. I'm terrible with enunciation. I'm sorry. And Brittany Holt. Thank you guys so much for following along with American Crochet Association and for leaving your comments last week. I really appreciate it. So you guys have 5 days to claim your prize. The prize was our Assess and Build Crochet Skills Workshop. That was a $49 workshop, and you guys will get it for free when you email me to claim that prize, okay? All right, guys. So again, keep those comments coming this week because the giveaway is all 3 of the crochet patterns that I'm going to tell you guys about today, and I'm going to give you guys the links and all that kind of stuff. Keep those comments coming because I'm going to go through my Mingle Monday list. We're going to go through the agenda, and then I'm going to pause afterwards to mingle, answer questions, see if you guys have any feedback, anything like that, okay? All right, so first and foremost, the very first thing that I wanted to chat with you guys about is what's new, hip, and happening in the crochet membership. So if you guys are part of the crochet membership, everything that I'm talking about is linked in the comments. So just click on the crochet membership so that you guys can log in. When you log in, you will have, you'll see a screen just like this. It's going to show you all of your products. I just want you to click on crochet membership. If you are not part of the crochet membership, you guys can join when you click on the link below. And you can start for as little as $10. It's pretty sweet. Sweet deal. Okay. So click on crochet membership. Depending on what kind of device you're on, it's going to look a little different. I'm looking from my desktop, so that's why we see everything laid out like this. But you guys can view our school on mobile. It's totally mobile friendly. So what you guys can do is you see resources first. You're going to scroll on down your resources. Next thing you're going to see is the February Mystery Crochet Along. I was telling you guys about this last week, and I'm pretty stoked that this came out for our members on Friday. So I saw quite a few of you guys were logging in, completing the first part of the Crochet Along. And so it is up and ready. So if you missed it over the weekend, if you missed that on Friday, come on over and join in. So I just wanted to give you guys a couple details about this. Everything is laid out right here. And I even made a video for you guys. Usually I don't make tutorial videos, but I'm playing with new technology. Technology can be fun. And so I thought, let me test out my new skills with a video for our crochet along. So definitely take a peek. Let me know what you think, okay? So what we're making, yes, it's a mystery. What you're making, you don't see a picture of it, right? But it is a backpack. So for anyone who's like, I ain't got time for a mystery, it's a backpack. And that way you know exactly what it is. You know the time investment, the yarn investment. I know that, you know, those are mainly the questions that we have, right? But our mystery backpack crochet along was so popular last year that I decided to do the same thing this year. So hope you guys love it. So what you guys will need to know about this, again, it is a backpack. That's all I'm saying for right now. You will need 2 skeins of Lion Brand 24/7 cotton. That's what I use to make it. If you want to substitute it, I've got a link that you can click and you can easily find substitutes. Do you have to use Lion Brand 24/7 cotton? Nope. You can use cotton. You can use most kinds of cotton as long as they're durable. Essentially, you're making a tote bag, so you want to make sure that the yarn you're using is going to be sturdy enough for the stitches and the fabric to be able to hold stuff. So there you go. So it should be pretty easy to substitute with those. I did use a G hook. You also are going to want to use a G hook or something small and similar. And I recommend this especially whenever you make tote bags because you want to create very tight stitches without any give. Tight stitches without any give create tight fabric without any give. And that makes a fantastic tote bag. There's nothing like making a tote bag and you have it a size and then you start putting stuff in it and then it just kind of stretches out of control. So if you don't want stretchy fabric, if you don't want your tote bag to kind of lose its shape, use a very small crochet hook. Again, you want to create tight stitches without give. That creates tight fabric without any give. Gauge is not crucial for this project, so if yours is a couple inches bigger or smaller than the dimensions here, it's totally fine. As a matter of fact, for part 1 of this crochet along, you're just creating the base of this tote bag. And in the video especially, you can see how I measure that tote bag, and that way you can see how similar your bag is going to be to the sizes that I've listed here, okay? So nothing too crazy about this tote bag. I am super excited about the fabric. I love textured fabric. I love things that look really complex and kind of unusual, but this is super simplistic. So really for this particular project, we're just using the chain, the single crochet, double crochet, and then we're doing some slip stitches because this is worked in joined rounds. We do have one specialty stitch that's used here, and that is the shell. And I've got instructions and a video tutorial for you to work that shell whenever you guys log in. Again, part 1 was just posted on Friday, February 4th. Part 2, I've already got it ready, but I am not going to post it until the 11th of February. And part 2 is actually going to walk you through the entirety of the tote bag, okay? And then from there, there's just a few finishing elements of it that we're going to do in part 3, which is going to be on 18 February. So I'm super stoked about this. And it was very well received with my pattern testers. I had over 20 pattern testers working on this. I loved their projects. They loved the tote bag. So I can't wait to go through this project with our crochet members, okay? Also, this is a brand new bag. I didn't say this yet. It's a brand new pattern, brand new bag. Only my pattern testers have seen it so far, and it is only available with the crochet membership right now. So come on in. You're going to get this as soon as you join. You're going to get to follow along with this crochet along for free, which is an exclusive pattern that is just for our crochet members. Whew, that was a mouthful. Okay, so that's what's going on in the crochet membership right now. Next, again, I've got links to everything in the video description. Next thing I wanted to remind you guys of is the Facebook community. It's just American Crochet Association on Facebook. We've got our own group. And I really love this group because not only is it a way for us to share what's new, hip, and happening, kind of like this, but we also really get to meet our members, meet our community, and our community can ask questions and share pictures of exactly what they're working on. So I'm trying really hard to make this a place like Amy McKeever can use and show us what she's working on for Valentine's Day and just kind of stuff like that. There's also lots of questions in here. People are posting their American Crochet Association 2022 Mystery Crochet Along projects. This is part 1, by the way. Just what they're working on and stuff like that. Also, please make sure that you click on the featured section. Again, I'm viewing from a desktop, so it might look a little bit different if you're viewing from another device, but that's where I'm asking questions. There's polls. Last week, I asked for volunteer editors for the Photography 101 cheat sheet that we had put together a little while ago. I got some great feedback on that, by the way. And I'm talking to one of our members who's a professional photographer about potentially turning this into a workshop. So we're just talking about that now. So hopefully there's more to come on that because I'm really excited about her. I'm excited about her skill and ability, but I'm also excited to learn from her because she's pretty fantastic. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. All right, guys. So again, just questions, comments, feedback in there. What topics, what articles should we write next? All of that. It's all part of the community. So you guys can actually be part of what we're doing, how we're doing, what it looks like, and all that fun jazz. Okay? Whew. Okay. So I've got an article that I want to share with you guys, and then I do have some patterns that I want to bring to your attention because I'm really excited about this topic, okay? This is not a new topic. This is a topic I've talked about for years and years and years. It's one of our popular ones, so it's an oldie but a goodie, but it might be one that you either haven't seen yet or maybe it's fun to get a little refresher on this, okay? So the article that I wanted to talk about today and show with you, link down below, is it's called What Size Hat to Make, and this is an easy guide for crochet. Now, essentially, I created this guide because how many times have you crocheted a hat, right? You've worked a hat. Let's talk about this specific style of hat, but arguably it's kind of any style of hat. You're crocheting a hat, maybe from the crown down and join rounds, and it is way too big or it is way too small. And you're like, what the what? I followed the pattern. I'm using the same yarn. How is this not the same? There's a little bit that goes into it. So in this article, I talk about how to measure not only the person that's going to wear the hat, but the hat itself. I talk about different styles because some styles of hat should be fitted and very tight. And some styles of hat you want to be a little oversized and a little floppy. So really you kind of, take those into account as well. I've got a great cheat sheet here. So the cheat sheet essentially shows you that there are some pretty universal sizes in terms of head sizes and hat sizes. It's important to note that just because an age is listed here, that does not mean that all of those ages have the exact same head size. So that's why so much of this information in this about sizing in this particular article is helpful, because all newborns don't have exactly the same size head. All 5-year-olds don't have exactly the same size head. So if you're making a hat for someone, it's just good to know that, and that way you can make a hat that fits the head that it's going for, right? All right, so another thing that I really wanted you guys to see here is that I have a crochet hat size calculator. Now, I created this because there are some really easy ways that you can gauge what you're already doing to see how it's going to fit, okay? So what do I mean by that? If you're crocheting a hat like this and it's worked from the crown down and join rounds, sometimes you're crocheting this circle and you're like, wait a minute. How do I make sure that this circle that I'm making is going to be the size that I want it to be, okay? So this calculator allows you to calculate that. So you can measure that circle and you're going to measure across. And the across is called diameter. And the diameter, that measurement, is going to help you determine the circumference, which is around the circle. And around the circle is essentially how big the hat is going to be. How big the hat is going to be is, going to fit on the head. Because there's a huge difference between a 14-inch hat and a 15-inch hat, right? Especially when we're talking about small children. There's a big difference between a 22-inch hat and a 24-inch hat. Huge difference, right? So that's going to be the difference between whether that hat is fitted on me or whether it goes completely over my eyes. So this calculator is going to help you to determine what you're crocheting, what that size is, and what the circumference is actually going to be. So it's a really helpful tool. So hopefully you guys check that out. Okay, so that's the article. Take a peek. You guys can pin it. You guys can email it to a friend. You guys can share it on Facebook. Lots of great information in there. There's a cheat sheet you guys can pin for later. You can download it. You can save it. You can have it at the ready. And also definitely check out this crochet hat size calculator, because really, it's a tool that I even use to this day. It's such a great little resource for you to go, I'm making a hat, or I'm going to show you some other things in a minute. Maybe you want to make a basket. Maybe you want to make whatever. You need to make something. It has to be a certain size. You want to make a cozy for a drink. How big is this thing going to be, right? So it's a great tool just to kind of plug in some numbers, and it gives you some great information. Okay, so on this same note, this whole what size hat to make, crocheting the perfect size circle to make the perfect size thing. If you guys want to put this into action, I've got a few patterns for you to try. The first one is the easy crochet basket, okay? So this basket is actually worked in continuous rounds or joined rounds. You can arguably do either. And it, again, if you want to make a perfect size cozy basket, hat, anything, and it's worked in stitches that are worked in a central point outward, it's growing in that circle, right? This is going to be a great little project for you to try that out on. So can this basket really turn into, can it be a hat? Can it be a basket? Can it be a cozy? Can you make it as big or as small as you want it to be? Totally. Absolutely. So this pattern perfectly pairs with that whole article that I was just telling you about, how to size things worked this way. And you guys can also try out the calculator with this. So the calculator is also going to be a great resource for you to try to work up a basket to be the exact size that you want it to be. Okay, so again, link for this easy crochet basket is below, so definitely check that out. And if you guys want to dip your toes into making a hat and you want to try out the sizing, then I've got the ombre beanie listed below. It comes in 6 different sizes. This is worked in double crochet stitches and joined rounds, so it's a little different than the easy crochet basket, which is worked in single crochet. So this is a different stitch height, but it's also a different stitch increase for those rounds. So it's same thing. You're still kind of working out how to size things in joined rounds, but with a different stitch. And again, with this, you can make that beanie. There are 6 different sizes, so you can follow the size that you want to. And again, if you're going to be substituting yarn, if you're not sure about your tension, if you're not sure that what you are making is going to fit with this size within the pattern here, definitely use that diameter circumference calculator that I told you guys about, and it's going to be a really good resource for you to work on your sizing. Okay. All right, so those are 2 patterns so far. I've got one more pattern that I want to show to you guys. It is a newly published pattern on the site that you guys can view for free, but it is an old pattern that I wrote for a magazine a couple years ago, and it is one of my favorites. I say that about a lot of things, but I guess I don't make things that aren't my favorites, so maybe that's why I keep saying it. I do want to give a shout out to all the people who helped reformat and revitalize this pattern. Because I love to reformat old patterns just to make sure that they're easy to read, they're printer friendly, they're not wasting ink, you know, that there's updated resources and things like that. So got a fantastic team of pattern testers working on things like this. So here it is. The newest free pattern to view on our site is the Cara Louise Crochet Cowl. I do have some video resources for you because this does use a specialty stitch. And it gives that specialty stitch is the bobble, but it's a 2 double crochet bobble. So I do have a video that shows you a variation of a bobble. So that you can, if you're not familiar with that stitch, you can use it here. This cowl does come in 3 different sizes by length. So those sizes are right over here. I've got all the information in the post. 25 inches in circumference, 32 inches in circumference, 40 inches in circumference. I do have 2 sizes that you can see. You can see the 40-inch goes about mid-chest for me, and you can see that the 25-inch, you know, it's not super tight on my neck, but it definitely, you know, it's a nice little hug, right? So what I love about this particular pattern is that it is worked in joined rounds. It does have this beautiful, you know, these different colors. I put a different color every single round. And what I really like about this is that this is worked in, it's worked in joined rounds, and it starts in a central point. So you're going to work joined rounds, you know, from here, you know, from row 1 to this row. And then you're going to fasten off. You're going to reattach at the chain, which is now going to be the center of the cowl. And you're going to work from that chain outward. So it's essentially a mirrored project. And what that means is that you're doing one thing on one side. You're going to fasten off. You're going to reattach at the chain base, and you're going to work that same pattern on the opposite side of the chain. And that way the chain is in the center. and it looks beautiful on either end. It has this really nice, beautiful, delicate scalloped edge that's really highlighted because you're hiding that chain right there in the center. Also, whenever you're changing colors every row for this, it can really look absolutely stunning. It can really highlight every single row and round and give it some depth. So hopefully you guys enjoy this cowl. Those are just a few elements that I wanted you guys to know about it. It comes in different sizes. It is a mirrored pattern, so you are working from the center out and then from the center out again. And it's just a really beautiful, you know, fun project that creates this gorgeous looking texture because it uses that bobble stitch. So hopefully you guys love it. And if you need some inspiration as you're working through this, you guys can click on this button right here and you can view all the other projects that are posted so far with this pattern. Whew. All right, guys. So that is it. That's everything that I wanted to chat with you guys about today. One brand new pattern, 2 patterns that will help you to size your crochet projects that are worked in rounds. A great article on what size hat to make. It's got a great cheat sheet. It helps you with hat sizing. And there is a crochet hat calculator so that you can work on your diameter and your circumference. Come on over and join our Facebook community. Not only are there new fun things in the featured section that you guys can help participate in, but Goose agrees. That's my dog. Not only are there new fun things that you guys can participate in, but it's also your crochet community. So questions, comments, feedback, if you just want to share what you're working on, that's what this is for. And I hope you guys really love the mystery crochet along. It is a backpack. I've got all the details posted. So if you're part of the crochet membership, go on ahead and log in to get started now. And if you're not part of the crochet membership and you guys want to see what it's about, you guys can join for as little as $10. And this mystery crochet along is included in that membership. All right, let's see who's here. It looks like Harley is here. Thank you so much for checking in today. Briana Luett, yes, she's one of our winners from last week. She says, OMG, that's me. I'm so excited. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for participating and leaving your comments because comments are entries to our giveaways. So keep those coming. Peg C, hello. So excited to see you here live. Thanks for checking in. Roberta is here. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining us. Harley says she loves the group. Thank you for being there. It's, you know, it's members just like you that help to make it a community. So thank you for being there. Good morning to you, Cynthia. Monica Mercado is here, one of my favorite pattern testers of all time. Thank you for checking in. And the last comment that I see here today is from Anne, and Anne just says hello to everyone. All right, everybody, I don't see any questions, comments, feedback here. So I think that that's it for the live. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for being here with the American Crochet Association. And thank you for trusting your crochet time with us. Peace, love, crochet. See you next time. Bye-bye.